Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Calm and Collected. I've got my Beskar helmet on because today we're taking a look at another LEGO build, this time the Mandalorian set 75299, Trouble on Tatooine. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be showing a couple of fun, simple ideas to make this great set even cooler. I was super excited to get this set as soon as it was announced, having made it a family activity to catch up on watching all of the episodes of The Mandalorian. I'm really grateful LEGO gave us an easily affordable opportunity to get both the Mandalorian Din Djarin and Grogu, our favorite Baby Yoda. And who wouldn't want another opportunity to get an army builder like the included Tusken Raider? All three of the included minifigures have an incredible amount of tampagraphs added to make them extra fun to collect. It's amazing how much detail LEGO was able to get onto these little guys. But I have to say it was a downer that Din only comes with a black headpiece under his helmet. I guess LEGO hadn't been given the go-ahead yet from Lucasfilm to reveal Pedro Pascal's face in LEGO form. It reminds me of the glow-in-the-dark Ghost minifigure from my childhood Knights sets. On the plus side, the little satchel he comes with for carrying Grogu is such a sweet accessory. It's also really helpful for not losing the little guy. Grogu is super cute and has a posable head for a little added attitude. Unfortunately, his hands and arms are not posable, and he can't hold anything. The Tusken Raider also looks great. His head sculpt and detailing are perfect, and I don't see how it could be any more screen accurate. Though I'd kind of like to see what he'd look like with the 36036 dress piece, like Zuckuss or Leia. Both Din and the Tusken Raider have buildable weapons accessories, and I thought it was a nice touch that there were enough pieces left over to build Din a second version of his iconic Ambin Phase Pulse Blaster Rifle. But we'll come back to the minifigures later. Let's get into the build. This is the way. This set is based off of The Marshal, Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian. The set is 276 pieces and took me about 50 minutes to put together, taking my time to enjoy the build process. It was an easy build, and leaves you with really cool vehicle and set pieces for your LEGO collection. The Tusken Raider gets a pretty nice setup here, with his little hut and a giant ballista to defend it. The hut is nice enough, with a cooking fire and spaces for sleeping and sitting, but there isn't much else to the build. Be careful when orienting the angled pieces while putting it together. I got tripped up a couple of times putting the wrong angled pieces in the wrong spot, but it was an easy fix. The hut has a lot of gaps in the walls, but it's pretty satisfying when you hinge all of the segments together to make your own sandy brick igloo. The ballista is super intense. This giant crossbow has a massive wingspan, and it looks like it could be its own ship. It's got articulated tripod legs, and the flexible rod pieces are a really cool way of tying it all together. The ballista comes with a firing missile piece, so you can slay the crate dragon just like in the episode. This thing has a lot of firepower, so be sure not to aim it at your face or anywhere it could get lost. I think it's kind of funny that this massive and powerful harpoon launcher seems to be triggered by the single tiny blaster piece in the back. But I was most excited to build the Zephyr J speed bike for the Mandalorian and his little foundling passenger. It looks really cool in hand, and they both fit on there with no problems at all. I really like the inclusion of the little plug pieces so that the backpack piece and Grogu's satchel carrier don't fall off or get separated. The adjustable steering vanes on the front are nice for being able to change up the look a little, but I really don't like that there's no way to lock the controls and outrigger in place. I guess Din can hold them in position, but I really would have liked if this was more stable and not flopping around. I also wish it came with a transparent base, so it looks like it's hovering off the ground. It would have had to have been a pretty substantial base to work out, since the speeder bike is pretty front heavy. But let's talk about one major issue I have. Where is Din's jetpack? It was the climax of the episode that this whole set is based on. How am I supposed to get my Mandalorian to fly into the gaping maw of a giant sand dragon to blow it up if he doesn't have his jetpack? We'll live though. Let's blame it on being withheld to avoid spoilers or something. Anyway, here's a couple simple modifications I did with my set to give it even more presence and fun. The first modification I wanted to make was to the Tusken Ballista. The LEGO rendition here is more of a missile launcher. To get it more screen accurate, I went and found some thread and a thicker piece of twine. I knotted the thread around the missile and added a little bit of crazy glue to keep it in place. This allows you to pull it through the missile launcher without jamming it or anything. I tied the other end to the little blaster piece in the back, and it works out great because it prevents the missile from flying off and getting lost. I wasn't able to do the same with the thicker twine, but I think it looks really nice wrapped around the winch pieces on the front and the cranks in the back. Does either method look better to you? Another change I really wanted to make was giving the Mandalorian the ability to sling his blaster rifle over his shoulder. I removed one of the 6019 U-clip pieces from the Ballista and was able to attach it to a spare 42446 neck bracket piece that is unfortunately not included with this set. Place it under Mando's cloak and there you go. Now he's able to wield his blaster and guard the child while still having his rifle in case he needs to disintegrate somebody. And I think it really helps with giving him his iconic, battle-ready look that he has in the first 2 seasons. Will you be making this change as well? Overall, I really enjoy this set, and I'm glad to have it in my LEGO Star Wars collection. It's fun, has some neat action features, and retailing around $29.99, it's a great way to get a hold of minifigures of these beloved characters. If you'd like to get a hold of the set yourself, we've included an Amazon link in the description below. Stay tuned to Common Collected, and be sure to follow us on Instagram for more fun looks at some of our favorite builds and figures. See you next time!